Hey, blessings and welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we're in Matthew chapter 15 and 16, Mark chapter 7, and Luke chapter 9. And today in Matthew 15:22, there's some demon possession going on here. And whenever there is demon possession, there's one place to turn, and that is the one who has all authority. And that's Christ. That's my daughter's puppy. So today, when we get into the next verse, she's this Samaritan woman, or it's not a Samaritan woman, it's a Phoenician woman. She comes to Jesus and she's begging Jesus to heal her daughter. And Jesus just lets her talk. And it's almost like he's waiting and letting this thing build up. And he's going to take this object lesson. And he doesn't just want to teach her something because he already knows she has great faith. But I think he wants his disciples to hear and see and witness this. Witness the kind of faith that she has. And not only that, but just prior to this, when Jesus was feeding the 5,000, the disciples come to him and say, God, what should we do? Send them away. We don't have enough food. And they do the same thing with this lady. They come to Jesus and they say, send her away. And Jesus is trying to get them to understand he's not in the business of sending people away. He's in the business of having compassion and mercy and trying to save our souls from hell. So anyway, Jesus lets her go on, and finally she speaks, and she speaks with such wisdom. You can almost imagine Jesus just waiting. He knows what's going to happen. He knows something significant is about to happen, and he wants his apostles, his disciples, to hear this, and he wants them to learn from it. Jesus was very pleased with her faith, and he tells her as much, and the fact that he heals her son, or her daughter. So there are a couple examples in the Bible, especially in our read, where Jesus is pleased with someone, and almost every time it's because of their faith. Their faith is what pleases him. Then in verse 34, we see him feed the 4,000. When he says he wants to feed them, again, the disciples say, send them away. They didn't seem to get it with the woman wanting the scraps from the table for as a metaphor for the healing of Christ. Then we get into Matthew 16:1. And I'm pretty sure that the Pharisees and Sadducees were in the crowd that had just got fed. And then they begin to ask Jesus for another sign. And Jesus says, stop looking for signs and believe. Quit looking for all these supernatural. Why do you keep wanting all this stuff? He's healing. He's feeding 4,000 and 5,000 from just a few pieces of bread. And you want more signs. So the unbelief and the challenges of the Pharisees and Sadducees will later affect the entire nation, and that's where Jesus is saying, beware of the yeast of the Sadducees, because that's going to infect the whole batch, the whole dough. And then in 16:13, for all of Peter's mishaps and all the goofy things that Peter does, just like I said, I think it was yesterday, I like the fact that at least he tried to get out and walk on the water with Jesus. He's getting it. Here, he nails this one. He says, you are the Son of God. He nails it. He gets it. Now, Peter's not completely gotten it yet. He's still going to do some silly things, but this was a good story. Tomorrow we're going to be in Matthew 16 and 17, Mark chapters 8 and 9, and Luke chapter 9. So I hope you get a chance to read ahead, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, you guys be safe.